guys, my name is Bibi and this is
Abisola.
And I'm here today to bring something juicy to you, right? So, like you know already, I'm someone that like to encourage you, like to bring messages to you just to make you feel that you are able to do whatever you want to do in life. So I'm here to interview my friend here. She's gonna tell you her story. Her name is Abisola, and I'm just gonna let her present herself. If you're new to my channel, my name is Bibish, and I usually bring videos about motherhood, lifestyle, everything that I do, encouraging messages, and I'm happy that you're here, and I hope you enjoy it.
And you guys subscribe. Before you start listening, subscribe.
Yes. So, Abisola, you want to tell them who you are?
Oh dear. Okay, my name is Abisola, like she said, Abisola Shof, and I'm a social media content creator and mom and wife and a bunch of other hats that I wear. But I'm excited to be on your channel, Bibi.
Thank you, and thank you for allowing me to interview you today. So you guys should thank her by going to her channel. Check them out. I'm sure you will stay there. You will not want to leave at all. Trust me, I'll put all her handle in the description box. So go grab a pen, a paper, a tea, or something that you like to drink, and come back and let's get right into it.
Awesome.
So welcome back. So Abisola, I call her Bisola. So if I change and say Bisola, that's just what I'm used to. So you used to do a 9 to 5. Yes. What were you doing as a 9 to 5? What was your job entail, and how long have you done that for?
I did it for 10 years, something like that. Yeah, about 10 years. And I was a healthcare consultant. I think that's the simplest way to describe what I did. But I did, like my job progressed over the years. I started as an analyst working for a private company that did a lot of contracts for the government as well as some other private organizations. And from analyst, I started to do programming. I did some SaaS SQL programming, and then I started to manage programmers, and then I started to meet with clients, and then I had this kind of pseudo role that wore many different hats. And at the end of the day, I was doing mostly consulting for the government.
Good, good. And did you enjoy it?
Wow, that's a loaded question. I would say that I was good at what I did, and I could do it. It was an okay job. Like it stimulated my brains, but I don't think that I would make the statement that I thoroughly enjoyed my job. Just because I just felt like there was so much more in me that I wanted to bring out, and yeah, that did not let me do it.
So the reason I asked that question is because I realized that nowadays we just follow money, and we don't think about what really puts you to want to do that.
Yeah.
What do you love about it? Because I feel like at the end, if you don't love something, you're gonna get tired of it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get tired of it.
Yeah.
Wow, that is an amazing job. And knowing her for so many years, she's a go-getter. I don't remember you wanted to do something and you never followed through with it, right? So guess what? Now she doesn't do that anymore. Aren't you shocked? Why the switch to now you stop doing your job? And why did you decide to start your job? What made you want to stop? Why didn't you realize, or why didn't you fulfill doing that 9 to 5 job?
So during the pandemic, my husband and I stumbled on content creation because everybody was bored, everyone was dancing on TikTok or whatever. And it wasn't really planned, and that started to grow, and that started to become a thing. Brands started to reach out. We started to do, just essentially monetize the platform and YouTube as well. And so when we started making money from it, we started to take it more seriously. And when we started to really, the impacts that we were making, I think was one of the biggest things that were like, okay, people really think like there's something to this. So we started to take it seriously, which meant we're putting in a lot of time into our content. I would stay up at night to edit, to do this, to do that. I just could not keep up with everything, work and videos and pictures, and it was just a whole lot that I knew that I'm going to keep doing this at the same time, like in parallel for a while. But at some point I can't, like I need my sleep, I need my sanity. So we gave ourselves a timeline. I'm like, at some point I'm going to quit my job and just run this full time and hopefully monetize to the point where the content replaces my income. So I stopped my job prematurely because they were about to put me on a new project where I was like, you know what, I'm out, like never mind. But it was all in the works.
Wow. That is so. But you wanted to stop because I know I'm the type of person that always think about money. I want to know how the bills are going to get paid. Like,
Yeah.
I know they say when you're coming into content creation, don't think about money right away. I feel like there's supposed to be two parts into that. Because I feel like if you don't think about money, sometimes it doesn't drive you to want to do something. It doesn't, because you don't feel like, okay, I need to make money to pay my bills. So I need to get ready to shoot or do my research. But I know some people will also tell you that you have to love it to be able to do it. I get that part too, but I feel like you should always also think about the money part. What are your thoughts about that?
I think it definitely has to be both. It's a balance of both. I mean, the thing is, if you don't love it enough, because you don't monetize from day one, like no matter how great you are at content. But if you don't love it enough to grow it to the point where you start to monetize, then it's not going to go anywhere. I think content is great, and a lot of people make like their livelihood from content. But honestly, if you don't enjoy it, I don't think it's sustainable. If you don't, even if you're making money from it, if you don't enjoy it, like just like my job, like even though I was making money from it, if at some point I'm just like, I'm over this, like I want to do something that is more fulfilling to me. So
amazing.
And one more thing I'll add to that is like me leaving my job was not necessarily because, oh my God, I'm going to make all this money from content. I think me leaving my job was just like a phase of life. I'm like, I want to have more time to do things that are interesting to me. I want to have more time to explore the content and grow it and scale it. I also want to be more present for my kids because my husband and I, our jobs were just like insane. And I'm like, I want to be there. I want to go for their school activities. I want to take them to, evening activities and things like that. So it was a lot of reasons. Yeah, like I wanted to be there for them. Yeah.
And I'm always about motherhood. So I love the fact that she decided to do this because she wants to spend more time with the kids. There's one thing that we always forget about. Those kids grow so fast. And you have a little window to be able to spend time with them, to see what they have in them, because you want to be able to build that up, to develop that in them. And if you don't have time, you're always focusing on your job, you're always running. And it's gonna take a toll on you, right? Yeah. So now from 9 to 5 job, and you're a content creator.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you don't like about being a content creator, a full-time content creator? Let's just be truthful.
I would say that pressure to always be at a high. Like for my content, it's like, I wouldn't say high energy. Yes, it's kind of high energy, high fun. But sometimes you just want to be like, I don't want to entertain nobody. Like, I'm cool, I'm good, but like, I'm not in the mood to like be all hype and stuff. But like, the content has to go on. So like, there are times like now I'm kind of pacing myself a little bit more because one, I'm working on another project. So I'm giving myself that grace to pace out my content. But also I would say I don't like, I would say the money aspect. Like I get paid a good chunk for my campaigns, but I'm at the mercy of these brands, right? Like I could reach out to them, but if they don't feel like working with me today, they'll be like, I just got an email this morning. I'm sorry, unfortunately, we're not going to work with you. Yeah. I mean, so you're at the mercy of these brands. Some months are like really great.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Some months are really great and I make a lot of money, and then some other months I don't make as much as I used to make from my salary. So that, if you're used to like every month, cha-ching, the money's coming to your account on content, it's not going to be that way. It's just whenever the Lord leads the money to you, that's when it happens.
And I think at the end it goes back to doing what you love to do, because even when the money is not coming, but you are feeling fulfillment in your heart. That's all that matters, and you're in God's hand as well.
Yeah.
So I think
I will also add one more thing to that. I think also planning helps. Like it's cute if you want to go full time into content, but like you have to plan your finances. BB came into my house and she's like, I haven't been here in like so many years. Like, girl, we've been at the same house for 10 years. You know what I mean? Like we could have scaled up a lot of our expenses, but a lot of this is intentional because we want to be able to do the things that we enjoy. So we keep our expenses low. Like we've had this house since we had our entry level incomes. So imagine like how much it's not a strain to us to pay our mortgage. It's not a strain to us. Now our kids are out of daycare. We have that room where we've kept our expenses low. We've driven the same car that's been paid off for many years. And so our expenses are like really low, and like we try to keep it this way because for us, these are the things that we value, like doing things that are more fulfilling. But eventually that new house is going to come.
Oh, I know it's coming. And she has opened her mouth to say it, it's going to come. I'm sure if you go to her channel, you will agree. And then she talked to us about planning and how she like her content to be good. One thing I will tell you, her content are top notch.
Wow.
Go there and come and tell me about it. Because I remember I was on YouTube and I keep telling her, you need to come to YouTube.
Yes.
The way I know them and the way I know them on the platform, oh my God, it's something else. I wish her husband was here. Oh my God, it's something else. I was like, what? Is that you? But yeah, I enjoy watching you. I enjoy seeing your growth. I enjoy being able to see you from a 9-to-5 job to be a content creator doing something that you love. So if you're watching us and you're out there and you want to do something or you want to change, like she said, plan ahead. Plan ahead. So for a newbie coming up or somebody that has been thinking, I want to quit or I want to change, what is one thing that can come to your mind that you want to tell that person right now?
Oh, for change of content or just anything in life?
Anything in life. I don't think it has to be only being I feel like you have to know what you want. We shouldn't just be going to that 9-to-5 thinking that 9-to-5 is the only thing that we need to have to be able to survive in this life.
I would say whatever it is that you want to do, you just start. You don't have to have all the information before you start. You don't have to be perfect at it. You don't have to watch 1,000 videos on YouTube to start. So if there's anything that's even remotely interesting to you, you might not even have figured it out. You just start. I could show you like our very, very first videos that we did. They were terrible. They were entertaining quite all right, but they were terrible in terms of quality. Like we didn't even know how the lighting thing. We would literally have the lights behind us. Like we just knew, okay, you have to use the lights and you have to face somewhere. Sometimes it faces the sky. It was just like, you know, our audio quality, our first video, like the comments on there, our first YouTube video, the comments on there was like, you guys get your audio on. Like the microphone situation, we didn't have a microphone. We recorded in a big space. Our voices were like, we didn't know a lot of things is what I'm trying to say. And that's okay. You just start. And as you start, you keep doing it. The more you do it, the more you get better at it. The more you're like, oh, today I want to fix my audio, my sound. What are people doing?
Exactly.
You keep the lighting okay as you're doing it. Don't worry about that. Fix your audio today. And once you get the audio done, tomorrow you're going to be like, let me fix my lighting. Let me see what others are doing. Let me learn about this. Or tomorrow, the next day, I want to fix my intro. How are other people doing their intros? You know, so just taking it one day at a time and like, don't wait for perfection. If you wait for perfection, it's literally never, ever going to be done. So yeah, start today, man.
And I feel like you learn every day. And I feel like you can even testify by seeing this video today. Compared to my old video, I learned from her today about lighting. That's one thing I learned from her today. So I'm sure you're gonna see it and you're gonna put your comment in the comment section. So what can you say about receiving nasty comment? Have you received nasty comment before or a negative comment on your channel? And how do you feel about it? And how did you guys overcome it?
Yes, as long as you're posting something on social media, you are going to get negative comments. Like, it's just part of the game, because I realize it's less of the person. It's less about you or me or whoever it is that's doing the video. And it's more about just the diversity. I think mostly the diversity of us as humans, right? You're BB, you grew up in a different environment, you had different experiences, you've had different life traumatic events happen to you, and some of those things are triggering when you see a video. So to someone it might be, oh man, why didn't she hug her husband when he said this? And to some other person it's like, oh man, these people are fun, they're cool, whatever. So I've learned over time. It did take me a while though. Initially I'll be like, why did this person say this or that? And she would just be like, maybe this happened to them and that's why they're thinking about, like, he would just be like, psh, and just push it off. I'm like, you should be worried. And he just was so unbothered. It was ridiculous. And at some point I learned, listen girl, you're going to give yourself high blood pressure over people that don't even remember they watch your videos. So now I'm so like, I don't internalize the comments, both good and bad. Like, no offense, the comments are just comments. It's just people writing things. And initially I used to delete the negative comments, like, oh, I don't want anything negative in my space. Listen, I don't have time to delete anyone's comments. I leave them on there. Other people see it and they, they respond back to the person. So life goes on, man. Don't let that deter you or bother you. It's just part of the game.
That's true. I'm glad that I was here today, and I hope you guys learned something from it, and hopefully she'll be back again on our channel. I thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to interview you. It was amazing and I love it, and I hope you guys love it. And please go back, check her channel out, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn that bell notification so whenever I upload, you will be the first to know.
Woo!
Till next time.